Welcome to another Incubate show. My name is Basil Zaider, regulated Canadian immigration consultant. Today we're going to talk about the British Columbia PMP program. The Provincial Nominee Program for Entrepreneurs is based on an investment in British Columbia. There are no restrictions when it comes to the location of the investment. The location of the investment or the place where you're going to be investing in would only allow you to achieve certain amount of points when it comes to the selection factors. So unlike previous programs that used to be in BC, there are no specific rural areas or remote areas you have to invest in. Even if you wanted to invest in Vancouver or any highly populated area, the new entrepreneurship program allows you to do so. So the investment amount in BC PMP is $200,000. This is the minimum amount. It could go up to $400,000 if you're interested to receive more points. So the BC PMP is set up based on a point selection system and an expression of interest. So it's not just a qualification. Even if you qualify for the program, it doesn't mean that you're going to be selected. You still need to achieve a certain amount of points. So you invest a minimum of 200,000 Canadian dollars, and you're supposed to have a net worth of $600,000 dollars. What's a bit different about BC PMP than other PMP programs is that the source of funds is supposed to be usually just checked by documents or paperwork that you provide. In BC PMP, there's going to be something called a qualified supplier, or a third party that is designated by BC PMP, and then they will check your source of funds to make sure that your net worth is indeed $600,000, and then from that you see the source of funds to make sure that it came from a lawful source. So you invest $200,000, your net worth is $600,000. The minimum amount of jobs that your investment is supposed to create is 1. It goes up to 3 to 5 employees plus. Again, it all depends on how many points you want to get through towards the selection process. There are no requirements or there are no restrictions when it comes to age. Of course, you want to score more points. You need to be between the ages of 21 and 64. But again, there are no restrictions when it comes to the qualification age. English command, again, no requirement for any CLB level or English or French language command, but if you're at the CLB 4 or 5 level, you get more points towards your selection points. Management experience, you're supposed to have 3 years of business ownership and management experience in the past 10 years. So BC actually relaxes the duration a bit. Other provinces, they usually say 5 years, but for BC, they say 10 years. In the past 10 years, you need to demonstrate that you have 3 years of business management and ownership experience. Education, not a requirement, but again, if you have a 2-year degree, like a post-secondary diploma or bachelor or whatnot, you receive more points. But again, it's not a requirement for that. When it comes to active management, BC PMP is based on a work permit process, not a PR. Meaning, first you get a work permit, then you go ahead and apply for your permanent residency. What does that mean? When you apply for your work permit, you're not putting a deposit. Other provinces that give you permanent residency since day one, they ask you to put in a deposit in addition to your investment. BC PMP says you're going to get a work permit for around 2 years. Around 18 to 20 months into the process, after you've implemented the business, you generated the job, maintained, stabilized, you submit something called a final report. Based on this final report, then you can go ahead and get your final certificate of nomination and apply for your permanent residency. The process is similar to other new PMP programs where you first have to show your expression of interest. You don't apply. First, you show your interest. I would like to apply. This is who I am, what I'm doing, this is my money, this is how much what I'm trying to do. You put all that with your business concept and get a certain amount of points. These points will put you in a specific scale. The highest achievers will go ahead and get selected in each draw as they come in to the program selection. Then after that, the next layer and next layer, as more candidates are invited to apply. So you get your expression of interest approval. Once that's done, then you can go ahead and submit a formal application to BCPMP for you to get your work permit. You come to Canada under a temporary resident status. You do your implementation for the project for 18 to 20 months, submit your final report, get your nomination, and apply for permanent residency. The exploration visit to BC is not mandatory. You might be requested for it. It's recommended for you to do that because, again, remember, this is a points-based system, so you need to get more points. So to recap, BCPMP entrepreneurship, $200,000 investment, $600,000 is your net worth. There is no deposit. This is a work permit-based PMP program. You're supposed to generate a minimum of one job, and it grows up to 3 to 5 plus in order for you to get more points. No age restrictions, no language requirements, no education requirements. Business ownership requirement is 3 years in the past 10 years. And in terms of the selection points, unlike other provinces, there is no minimum selection points, so there's no specific score you need to maintain or achieve, because this is a highest achiever selection process. So everybody comes in, everybody applies, the top scores get selected in every single draw. I hope this gives you a better understanding of what the new BCPMP program is and how it works. If you would like to know if you qualify for this program, or if you want to see what is the potential number of points you can achieve based on your profile, we're more than happy to assist you with that. Get in touch with us. Let us know what your plans are in BC, and we're more than happy to walk you through the process of getting an assessment to see if you qualify and the business you're interested in actually meets a qualification criteria for BC PMP. Thank you.